Practice USC 259, the Greater Wichita Athletic League, and Wichita North High School. We want to welcome you to tonight's matchup between the visitors Wichita High School Falcons and the Wichita North High School Red Team. The head coach for the Falcons is Dominic Eagle, and the head coach for the North High Red Team is Quentin Murphy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the sideline our Navy North High cheerleaders. They are under the direction of Bria Hunter and Alexis Smith. And our talented dance squad is directed by Natalie Maddox. On your feet and clap your hands to War Cry. Good luck to both teams.
I left mine down there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wichita Heights Stadium. We got a great matchup tonight between the home North High Redskins and the visiting Wichita Heights Falcons. So that's a little bit different. I am Mr. Kelly.
I am Mr. Kuchera.
Mr. Kuchera is from North, so we got a Heights commentator and a North commentator. We got Esteban on a camera. We got Mr. Jeffcoat running our scoreboard. We got Justin running the camera here as well, and we got Ashley behind us. So we've got a tight press box up here, masked up, ready to roll, and we are good, looking for a lot of fun tonight. And we'll go from here and see where we're at. Right now, this is the Heights' second game of the season. In week number 1, they took on Wichita West and won 17-7. And this is their second game. The first week of the season, they had a bye. Mitch, what's the North High record so far?
North High has played 2 games. Their first game was 2 Mondays ago against East in this very stadium. Still trying to fill out some new players and brand new coaching staff. They dropped one to East 80-0, and then last Saturday they played at South. And dropped another game, but made massive improvements between week 1 and week 2. There was a lot less penalties. The offense got the ball moving, and the defense got noticeably better between week 1 and week 2.
Yeah, the last year's records of both teams, Wichita Heights was 3-6. Of those 3 wins, one of them was against North. Was their first win of the season last year in late September. Won 64-49. Mitch, you remember that game? You were coaching last year for North High.
I was actually down on the sideline. I coached the offensive line for that game. Let's take a little break for the.
We've got the national anthem right now, so we'll pause for that moment.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket red led the bomb first in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. That national anthem was sung by North High senior Kyrie Thomas. Beautiful rendition of a beautiful song.
It would be a great night to have fans out here. Right now, the only fans we got are the band, North High Band. You can hear them playing right here in front of us. I think they have the dance team down there in front of us. I don't know if we can maybe get one of you guys get a shot of the dance team. One of you guys, maybe the shot of the cheerleaders or something like that, and we'll cut to those just to show you. We do have some people here, all the hard work of the students that are putting in with the cheerleaders and team and the band and stuff like that. And we've just got looks like our time on the clock is about 4:20 left till kickoff. We'll kind of go back to where we were at talking about last season, 2019. One of those wins that Heights had, their first win of the season, was against North. It was a 64-49. Mitch, you were getting ready to talk about that.
Yeah, and I was on the sideline. I was coaching last year for North, and it was an exciting game. It seemed like there was no defense in the first half because it was 42-49 after the first half. Heights was up. We kind of went away from our traditional single wing at that point and started spreading out a little bit, and we thought we needed to do something a little different, and it really tended to work out for us. Adjustments were made on both sides in the second half. A lot lower scoring. Defenses played a lot better on both sides of the ball, and that it made for a really good game. It was a tough one to lose because we were.
It was what was it at halftime?
42-49.
42-49, and
Yeah.
it ended up being Heights 64, North 49 to end that game. So there was a good shot right there. We had a second ago of the sideline of Heights with Coach Dingle and his coaching staff. This is Coach Dingle's. This is his third year now after replacing Terry Harrison, is now the head coach at Bethel College. And before that, Rick Wheeler. I was on a coach under all three of those. I coached for a long time under Coach Wheeler and coached with Coach Harrison. And then my final year, I coached with Coach Dingle over there on the Heights side. And he's actually got some Heights guys coming back. Malik Jaradak, their offensive coordinator. He is a Heights graduate. Matt Reed, quarterback for the state championship in 2010. He's coaching over there. And also teaching in the building is Matt Reed and Malik Jaradak. And now this year they brought in Dreamus Smith, which is one of their assistant coaches, not teaching, but he is one of their coaches. So they've got a long Heights tradition over there on the sideline. Coach, what can you tell us about North High and their coaching staff?
Well, first thing, I remember coaching against Matt Reed and
Yes.
Dreamus Smith, and that was not a fun night anytime I had to coach against those guys. Dynamic athletes. The coaching staff on the sideline, first-year head coach Quentin Burgess. He returned a lot of the staff from last year. Last year Scott Mosier was the head coach. He retired.
I was going to say, what did he do? He retired?
He retired. Now he's the assistant athletic director at Friends University.
Oh, is he really?
He
okay,
is.
that's
He is.
my alma mater.
I still talk to him about 2 or 3 times a week. We went golfing a couple times a week this summer. He's really enjoying it over there. I coached under him, and then he's actually over there with Joe Belden, who was the coach before that.
Yes,
who's now
that's
the
right.
head strength and conditioning
Yes.
coach at Friends. Coached under Joe, and before that, with Kelly Sayanajad, I coached under. And Quentin Burgess is the new head coach. This is
Okay,
his
that's
first
Quentin
year.
right there in the white pullover, kind of the red undershirt. We got a good shot right there.
Right.
We're going to center him up. He's the new head coach first year, but he's
Yep.
been at North for quite a while,
He's
right?
been at North, so he coached underneath under Coach Mosier and Coach Belden for a few years. He's also the head wrestling coach. Last year, he experienced some success on the wrestling mat. First ever girls city league title in the history of the city. First time that girls wrestling was recognized. North High won the city league title under his direction. He also coached last year a state champion at 225 pounds, Jackson Stroud. So he's got a state championship wrestler last year and city league title with the girls wrestling program. He's got some stuff going at North. Taking over this program is going to be another challenge, but he's shown resiliency through a lot of challenging situations. So,
All right, here's Coach Dingle. He is the head coach for the Falcons, and he actually came from Garden City. Was out at Garden City for a few years. This is, like I said, his third year with us. Last year, going 3-6. One of the wins was against North, also beating Southeast and beating South. But they finished the season 3-6. Had a close one in May South, the very first game of the season. Lost, of course, to Bishop Carroll. Bishop Carroll's been Studley for a long, long time. And then an overtime loss to Dodge City. So that was a heartbreaking loss. And then finished the season with the loss at Northwest and Capon and Great Bend. All right, I think we're ready for the kickoff, getting ready to go here for the kickoff. We've got kicking off for the Falcons is a junior. He's the kicker and the punter, Caden Clausen. You also see him at wide receiver. He'll be kicking off for the Falcons.
Back deep for the Redskins, we have Mikkel Hamilton, Thompson, and Evan Esparza.
And they're going to keep it away from them. Well, it looks like they got it, but
got Evan Esparza, takes it, runs forward for about 3 or 4 yards.
And I saw the number 4 on that tackle was Jalen Hanks. Jalen Hanks is a 5'9" senior. He's also a cornerback for him. He made the tackle on that kickoff, and it looks like the North High Redskins are going to start at about the 27-yard line.
All right, yeah, we're going to start at the 7-yard line. Big change this year on offense. The last 3 years we've run the single wing, which is a pack it in tight. This year we're doing like a J-set pistol look that we want to spread the defense out. Jacob Wassel is sitting back at quarterback. He's a sophomore. He's a 3-sport athlete. Oh, hands off to Connor Williams.
That tackle was made by senior defensive end Amarion Wilkins, number 81. Heights is it has been in their 4-3 for a long time. That's what Coach Dingle likes. He likes to go a little bit of 4-3 with a 2-high look. So they'll have 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers, 2 safeties and some corners out there, probably playing pretty much a base defense against the, spread them out North High Redskins, which is a little bit different than we've seen in the past couple of years.
It is. Right now they're in trips left. They're motioning their receiver over. We had a fumbled snap, but Wassel recovered it, grabbed, and then was taken down in the backfield.
And I'm trying to see who that was. I believe that was number 40. There he goes. Number 44 made that tackle, and that's Jaden Caldwell. Man, he's a 6'2", 185, good-looking junior. My last year coaching, he was a freshman for me, and he was a really talented athlete. And now he's playing defensive line. They don't have a lot of big guys, but one thing that Coach Dingle really likes to do on the defensive side is have a lot of speed. Their 2 biggest guys are going to be down in there in the middle, and you see one of them right there, number 65, Uzziah Harris, is one of the guys down on the front line.
All right, looks like we have a triple trips right, pistol set, and looks like we're going to have a power play. We have Connor Williams, a sophomore, gained about 3 on the play.
Tackle made by number 21, Javon Martin. He is listed as a 5'11", 170 wide receiver DB, but most of the time Heights does play one way. There might be a couple guys that are playing both ways. Deep for the Falcons is number 9, Jaden Hamilton.
And punting is Cruz Alvarado. They've actually had pretty good success on their punt coverage this season, and it looks like they did again with a tackle by number 15, Jaden Trimble. He's also a starting corner. He's a sophomore.
And Jaden Hamilton had a little fumbled snap right there and had like maybe a lane, but nope. North was right there and made a couple good tackles as Jaden Hamilton really only got, I don't even think he got a return because he dropped the ball, went back a few yards, and then went forward. So,
no, like I said, they've actually had some very good punt coverage this year. Cruz Alvarado has been really good at snagging those snaps, even if they're bad, and getting off a ball, and that's huge to win the turnover battle that way.
One thing you will see for the Heights Falcons is this tight formation pretty much all night long. This is considered their flex formation, and they're going to run a little bit of toss outside to number 5, John Randall, and he is one heck of an athlete, and he's taking it to the house on the very first play. No flags on the play, gain of about 56 yards for him, and a score already.
And I'll tell you what, I have coached against this flexbone offense for years, and it gives defensive coordinators a fit because you don't know where the ball's going to go at the snap. It could be a triple option. It could be a rocket toss. I'm a big fan of it because I'm an offensive lineman at heart.
Yes.
But, yeah, you pack it in. It's a deception offense, and it's so hard to defend.
We got Caden Clausen kicking number 3 there. R.J. Richard holding it down for him, and the kick is up and through.
There we go.
And with about 9:40 left to go here in the first quarter, Heights takes a lead 7-0, And we'll just kind of turn off our mics and catch our breaths here, and maybe we'll show some cheerleaders or maybe the band playing, or maybe looks like I'm looking down there to see if anybody's going to play or dance or nothing. Nope. Okay, all right, we'll just stick with it, Mitch.
Yeah,
like you said, one thing about the flex offense is you don't know who it's going to be. It's going to be the quarterback, the fullback, or the two slot receivers. So it could be on any given play, and it all looks the same, is you don't know who's going to get the ball. And that's kind of the beauty of it, of those things, of the offense. And as a defense, you have to take into consideration of you never know who's going to get the ball, and you have to be ready for all those guys ready to play.
Yes, and everybody has to be in the exact right spot to defend that offense.
Here's Caden Clausen kicking it off, and they're trying to do somewhat of a pooch kick. Maybe it's because it's a little bit into a wind here.
And Evan Esparza kind of bumbles it, and you know what? He gets about 3 yards on the return, but he holds on to the football, gives North High an opportunity to get their offense out in the field. Tackled
there by number 3, R.J. Richard. R.J. Richard was also the holder there, and I believe he usually plays a little bit of defensive back, some free safety as well.
So I was able to say as we were playing, but your starting quarterback for your Redskins is Jacob Wassel. He's a sophomore. Tailback is Connor Williams, another sophomore. You have a couple more sophomores on the field in wide receiver with Evan Esparza and Mikel Hamilton Thompson. And good little run by Cruz Alvarado with
Jaden Hamilton, number 9. Yeah, number 9, Jaden Hamilton got that tackle right there. He was taking the punt earlier, and he just made the tackle there from his cornerback position. So, yeah, some of the we'll try to go through some of the starters here for the Heights Falcons. At end, we already said him, number 81, Amarion Wilkins. At tackle, number 55, Shamon Webb. At nose, 65, Uzziah Harris. And up front with him as well, rush end of 44, Jaden Caldwell up front for the Falcons.
And a downhill hard run for about a gain of a half yard for Connor Williams.
And there's Jaden Caldwell with another tackle, so he picks up his second tackle of the night. Also at the linebacker position for the Falcons in the middle, there's Javon Martin, number 21. At the will linebacker, number 30, Isaiah Yuda. And at the will linebacker, number 17, Rolando Reed is started on there as well. 2 cornerbacks, number 9, Jaden Hamilton and Davion Ware. And then at the safety positions, Elijah Mosley and Jalen Hanks.
All right, we take a snap and another downhill handoff. Good hard run. Keep moving forward. They're going to move the sticks with about a gain of 5. Again, that is Connor Williams.
I mean, that's tough to stop. You know, when that guy's running, like you said, hard downhill, man. Unless you have some type of stunt, or unless that linebacker has got to go as soon as the ball's snapped if that guy's coming at him. And the Heights Falcons did not get that stop right there, and then a good first down for the Redskins there.
Yep. And I know I said all of our sophomores earlier, but we have Dominic Simmons out there at wide receiver. He moved kind of into a slot back. We have Wassel dropping back for a pass to hit Simmons for a gain of about 4. Ball popped out at the end, but he was down. Yeah,
that 13 Elijah Mosley was right there to make that play, and they're going to call it down. I think he made the catch, made a pretty good move, and then as he hit the ground, he lost control. But that's going to bring up about 2nd down and 6, and a pretty good little out route there. But was he at tight end? I couldn't see where he came from.
He jumped into a H-back position, kind of the slot. You used to call it a wing back.
Yep.
But he's sitting about the outside of the tackle. So you have that same formation. All right,
little counter there, maybe.
It was a counter.
Or a trap or something.
It looked like the backside guard pulled, which I would call it a counter because the backfield motion.
Yep.
But Cruz Alvarado goes for about half a yard.
And I think that was number 81, Amarion Wilkins, there on the stop right there. So brings up a 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 6 right here for the Redskins. And if they can just keep, I think it's going to be difficult for them to stop some of our offensive stuff. They need to have some long drive here to see what they can accomplish and get some points on the board possibly.
Right. And I think Coach Burgess is the head coach, but also the offensive coordinator may have seen something.
Well, live and die by the blitz right there. Heights was coming.
They were.
And, if it works, it's great. Sometimes we used to like the blitz coming at you because if you could get by them, there ain't nobody there. But Heights makes the stop, and it's going to bring up fourth and 8.
Yeah, Connor Williams with a loss of 2 there. It looks like
they're going to go for it.
North is going to go for it. Why not?
Get somebody to jump, possibly.
Maybe. It looks like that's what they were doing. We moved, but they didn't go over the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
So here, while I have it, I need to give a shout out to the big boys because we never get a shout out to the big boys.
Yeah, get those starters in there.
The starting offensive linemen, we have a senior, Bishop Britt, and a senior Owen West. Then 3 juniors, two juniors, AJ Aranda and Adrian Casper are both on that line, and then a sophomore at left tackle, I believe, left tackle at Steven Ramirez. We got to give those big boys love.
There's a good shot right there. The big boys right there.
Yeah, they put in the work, and I used to say when I coached offensive line, we're not going to get any credit. We're going to get all the blame.
Yep.
But when we do our job, you know it.
Yep.
And when we don't, the crowd tells you don't. So I just love offensive line play. It's the only position in all of sports where your job is to protect somebody.
Yes, and that's it. Protect somebody, hit somebody about every play.
Exactly.
Sometimes those quarterbacks are all the pretty people, and they get to hand off and stand back there and throw the ball and not ever get touched sometimes.
Yep.
And is North High? Nope, they're going to come back out and punt the ball.
Yeah, they were trying to force someone to jump off sides and make a mistake. Heights did a good job there being disciplined. All right, back to Cruz Alvarado. Again, North High getting down the field and covering that punt, and it's going to go out of bounds about the 27-yard line.
Yep, Jaden Hamilton was back deep, but it was a great punt over there to keep him from even having a chance to catch that because it was right on the sideline. Mm-hmm. And so Heights is going to start 1st and 10, and we scored on the very first play. If you missed it, you already missed a play. It was John Randall with a long run, 56 yards for the very first play of scrimmage for the Falcons, and he took it to the house. We'll see see what happens here on the second play for him.
Did they run rocket toss? Was that
rocket
toss?
Yeah, that was just a toss to the outside, and they did it a little bit different last time. So now they've got a tight end in the game. A lot of times they'll go double slot, double receiver, but they're going to run slot, tight end, and they're just going to give it to the fullback up the middle, run a little bit of belly play, and he's going to outrace them all.
When you said fullback, I have to ask, don't those backs not like to be called fullbacks? Aren't they called one backs?
Yes, that was about. I'm trying to get my stats. Was that about? Where did we start that play?
The 27.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep. So that was a 73-yard run.
Yep. I just had to do the quick math right there. So 73-yard run for R.J. Richard, and now look at him. He gets to hold the extra point. You don't see that too often. That the fullback. Yeah, and a lot of flex formations, they call them the A-backs and the B-backs and stuff like that. When we started it a long time ago, Georgia Tech was doing it and Navy was doing it, and there was lots of schools doing it. Hutch High did it for a long time with under Coach Dreiling and stuff, and so we kind of adopted what Hutch High was doing, and we just wanted to call our guys our slots and our fullback, and then we ended up calling them R&Ls for right and left just to make it easy for our guys. And I know Coach Harrison up there at Bethel, he calls his the A's and the B-backs and stuff like that. So everybody has their own little system and how they do it. But right now, Heights is up with a 14-0 lead, and we've just had 2 long runs right up the middle. But that's what Heights is going to do. We will probably not pass the ball one time this night. We passed it a couple times against West High, and one of those passes last week was an interception. And so we don't like to throw it very much.
Well, and I'll always remember Scott Mosier. I got to spend a lot of time with him. Him and his son Jordan would always say there's only 3 things that can happen when you throw a pass, and 2 of them are bad.
Yes.
So I don't blame you if you don't have to throw it. Don't.
Yeah, when we had very good success with the flexbone back when I, in the early 2000s, or not early 2000s, like 2010. We run a state championship run 2009, 10, and 11, and we would try not to throw the ball if we didn't have to. Now, there were some great games that we had to, but we tried not to throw it as we wanted to run the ball, control the clock. Another kickoff there by Caden Clausen.
Evan Esparza, a better return now. He's getting up in the return. It looks like a good 15-yard return.
And tackled there by number 44, Jaden Caldwell. Again, we called his name a couple different times, and he's going to stay out there playing defense on the end.
Yep.
Yeah, the one thing about the flexbone is, you're going to run the ball as much as you possibly can, but if you get behind, it can be somewhat troublesome from time to time because you just don't throw the ball very well, or you don't like to throw the ball very well. But you know what? When we were doing this, we practiced just as much passing as we did running the ball. If the running was working, we did that. If we had to pass, we did that. We would much rather prefer to run the ball as much as we can.
Yeah, that was right. We throw and going back to the pass. He completes a pass for about a 4-yard gain to Michael Bailey Jr., another sophomore. So you have a sophomore to sophomore connection there. They both actually are got both Wassel and Bailey got good time playing varsity basketball last year for the Redskins, and it's actually more of a 6-yard gain.
Jaden Hamilton was there on the stop at the cornerback. That was a pretty good ball. I mean, he took his drop right there, and the ball came out nice and smooth, and made a great completion right there. Just a little hitch play, and that's a great play for a first down.
So now they're starting. They're at 2nd and 4, and they could run a play like that where you're running downhill with Connor Williams again.
And I think they're going to give him the first down.
Yeah,
they're going to give him that.
They did. They
got just enough. And I'm going to give that tackle. I think the last guy I saw coming up was Jalen Hanks in there, number 4.
And this offense is coming around. It had struggles the first week. Last week it started to go better, and this has been the best production I've seen so far. The kids are starting to get used to it. Again, it's a completely different offense than what we've ran the last, I don't know, 3 years with Mosier.
Yeah, the wing tee with Coach Mosier.
And it's single wing.
Single wing, sorry.
And and then pass to the right from Wassel and
broken up there by 13 Elijah Mosley.
And then back when Coach Belden was coaching, we actually did run a little bit of the pistol, but it was more of a spread gun look,
right.
So it wasn't a pistol.
Okay.
So the pistol, I like to think of the pistol as a spread out I formation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because the fullback was always kind of like this is a pistol formation with the quarterback and running back standing right behind him.
Right. So we have a trips right. And it looks like we have a little quarterback ISO with Wassel on a good 2nd down play that gains about 6 yards.
Tackle right there was made by number 21, Javon Martin. They're coming up from his safety position. So Heights is running I've been trying to get a feel for what they're trying to do, and it looks like a 4-2. So they're going to have 4 down linemen with 2 linebackers, and they kind of have 5 DBs. And every once in a while, if North gets into a tight formation, they'll bring one of those safety, which is Jalen Hanks. He kind of comes in a little bit. So like right now, they don't have trips. They almost have double up top. So now you see more of a 4-2 look, maybe a 4-3 with coming off the edge.
Everybody. And Wassel decides to take off on a scramble, and we'll see where they spot him. That was
maybe a yard short.
2-yard gain. 2-yard gain. So about 2 yards short. But you know what? That's a good call by him. It's a good call by him because you're in no man's land. This is 4-down territory.
Yeah, you might as well go for it if you were the one to try to pin him down. But Coach has got to think, man, they've ran the last 2 plays on me for 70 and 50. Maybe I just go for this and try to keep my offense on the field and not let them have the ball. So this is, I think, a smart move by Coach to
and
do
then straight downhill with Williams.
And I don't think
they're going to give it to him. They're going to spot it. I think it's a 1. You have the official on the Heights sideline saying they didn't get it. It just depends on where they end up spotting that ball.
I think they've already.
They've already decided they're switching balls.
Yeah, they've switching balls and they're going the other way with it. So, I'm trying.
So yes, the white hat just said first down Heights.
Okay, all
right.
The
white hat just said first down Heights. That was a hard fought play. I mean, this game is, pardon pardon the cliche, it's a game of inches.
Yes.
And you just saw it right there.
Right there. Now, the hard part about it, now look at this. Heights is going to come out a little trips open look.
Oh, they're going to try to confuse.
They're going to try to confuse it, but they're still going to run toss to the trips, I bet you. Oh, they're going to little sprint out, work on their passing game.
Pressure given by Owen West up on the rollout. Good pressure, kind of forced a bad throw.
Quarterback for the Falcons, I hadn't even said his name. That is DJ Dingle. He is the sophomore son of head coach Dominic Dingle. They're both called Dominic, by the way.
Are they?
But DJ, he goes by DJ there, so he's the quarterback. So started last year as a freshman on the freshman team, and now he's a sophomore starting quarterback. Looked pretty good on the rollout, good spiral, just got a little anxious there and threw it into the ground.
It makes you get a little anxious when you see an opposing jersey coming at you.
Yes.
And we have an offsides on North.
Yeah, I believe they're going to call North there. Oh, okay.
Offsides on North. It looked like our end to the play side.
So Heights is that's one thing that they'll do with that motion. Almost every time they'll go with a motion. If they've got two double slots, they're all probably going to have a motion. And one thing that they can do is really pull you off sides by, sometimes they'll go in motion and then not run a play. Well, right there, they're just going to run straight across, a little zip 59 right there, quick motion.
We have, with the tackle, we'll give it to Michael Bailey Jr. with the assist by, it looks like number 70, was it 75? Which was number 75 is Brandon Parker.
Yeah, that was number 1, Adrian Patterson on the carry for about a 20-yard gain pickup. So that was a little quick motion straight across. We used to call that old zip motion, was straight across. And they're going to try to roll out again with DJ. And he just got to come up and make that, just put a little bit more air on it. He's just trying to gun it in there. And that's just a slot receiver going into the flat route. But this is, it's good for him. He needs to get out there and pass it, because when we play Northwest, some of one of the toughest teams in the City League right now, we're going to have to throw the ball. We're not going to be able to run it like we did on the first 2 plays against North today.
Well, and throwing on the run is so much harder than anybody thinks it is.
Yeah.
You can't get the same push. You can't push the ball where you want it. It's just so much harder to control. Okay, we have Dingle keeps it up the middle, breaking tackles.
And Dingle's going to score a little midline right there, kept it on the keeper, and he went for about 25 on that play.
That just shows you the variety this offense has out of plays that look exactly the same, because the rocket toss before still had the fake. Then they handed to the fullback, and he went.
Yep.
And now they didn't hand it to the fullback. Quarterback ran with it.
Yep.
Beauty of the triple option.
And that was it right there. Really not a – and on those, sometimes everybody calls it the triple option, but a lot of it's double option,
okay,
which sometimes double option needs to mean either you're going to give it to the fullback or the quarterback's going to run on somewhat that play. I'm not sure I saw a pitch guy.
Okay.
But if you give it to the fullback or the quarterback keeps it, or you have the option to pitch it, there's your triple option is what people call it. Field goal was good for Caden Clausen, so he's 3 for 3 on his extra points. But yeah, that's the beauty of it. We used to give Matt Reed that option is sometimes we would just call it a double option play. It's either give it to Dreamus or let Matt run it, and we just block everybody else for the quarterback, or he would read it and he would give it to the fullback right up the middle, and that's kind of the double or a triple option of it. Sometimes you do have a triple option, sometimes it's double. Sometimes we would just turn around and hand it to the fullback. It's just he's going to get the ball, but it makes it look like rocket toss because the guy's over the top going in motion.
Yeah, that's a deception. I do like watching. So you talked about Terry Harrison.
Yeah.
I have a younger brother who plays for him up at Bethel.
Very good.
So I watch every game.
Yeah.
And,
man, I went and watched him a couple of times last year, and it's just fun to see it at that level, and you get to practice it, and it's so much fun to watch. I just love it, especially since I coached it. I know a little bit about it. Some people hate it. They would rather see shotgun and slinging it around all over the place.
Like I said before, I'm an O-lineman. I love to run the ball no matter what. All right, so Evan Esparza's back to get it, and he's going to go straight up. gets tackled about the 18, 19-yard line.
Got a host of Falcons there. I'm going to give that to number 24. Number 24, James Lynn. I don't know if you guys heard the story about James this week. It was on Cake TV the other day.
I saw that.
There was a car accident on his way to the football game last week, and James, who just made that tackle right there, he stopped his car and got out and made sure that the person was okay in one of the cars. There was no police there. He got there right after the accident. And he actually helped direct traffic, and it was on the news the other day. They came up here and interviewed him. I saw it on the news. So it was kind of a cool story for James and what he did in that moment.
We have a sweep to DeMarjon Henley. It looks like they lost a yard. Brand new look play. He tried to borrow blockers and get out there.
I'm going to give that play there to Amarion Wilkins, and he comes up limping a little bit, and then he's decided he's going to take a knee, like he can't walk off. So he's down. I don't know if we can maybe get a close-up shot of him right there. One of Esteban get a close-up shot.
Well, it looks like and I'll talk North offense. It looks like they found something that'll work. They started to jump back into that J-set pistol with the H-back. When they did that, they had the quick toss with several lead blockers, but it looks like they've made some adjustments in between the series in order to try to attack this Heights defense a little different.
Amarion Wilkins, he's walking off the field, so kind of gingerly, but he's coming off the field with the trainer right there. You know, if I wasn't up here doing this, I would love to do the chains. I think the chains right there, I mean, I would love to go down there and see the action right there in front of it if I wasn't coaching or if I wasn't doing this commentating. That's where I'd want to be and watching a high school football game.
Oh, yeah, that's the best seat in the house is right on the sideline. So
drop that stick and run, though, so you never know when something's going to come at you.
Oh, yeah, you have to be more athletic than you think to run those chains or else you'll get run over. So Wassel takes a pump fake. And he fumbles
trying to
the
get
ball.
out of it.
Fumbles the ball, and we need to see who's at the bottom. So Wassel will take a sack.
He's going to give it to Heights. Let's see that's a good tight shot right there of who. I'm trying to figure out who picked up the ball, who's going to come up.
Looks
they're both fighting over it.
Fighting over who wants
50.
I would give
that
it
was
to
21. That's Javon Martin, and 55, Shannon Webb.
We need to give it to 55.
Yeah, he's got the higher number.
Exactly. He has a lineman number.
O-line, D-line. So Shannon Webb right there. Shamon Webb, excuse me. I misread that. Shamon Webb. Shimon Webb is what Justin, my cameraman. Thank you, Justin, for correcting me on that. It's sometimes hard to get to know these guys when we don't have them in school, and I wish we were in class. And they're going to drop down pass, fade to the outside. Flag on the play.
Looks like we're going to get off defensive pass interference on North. Maybe it being a little too handsy, impeding the wide receiver's path.
There's the referee in the white hat, and he is saying pass interference on the defense over there. Ball was intended for. It's hard to see on that. It looks
like 19.
19. So ball was intended for Chase Harris over there, and. Chase actually played in the JV game the other night a little bit, had a touchdown pass, and they're going to go right back to it with a slant for Chase Harris. So they ran a little slant. That's a nice little play right there for DJ.
That is hard to defend because he was able to put that right in the gap.
What was that, about a 10-yard pass right there?
I believe so. Yeah, that is hard to defend because the defenders were right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if he puts it 2 feet to the right, it might be an interception.
Yeah.
If he puts it behind him, it's an incomplete pass. So I think the defense was in as good a position as it could be.
There's Caden Clausen for the kick.
Extra point is good by Clausen. Heights Falcons 28, North High Redskins 0.
All right. So back again deep. We actually have a new returner. Instead of Esparza, DeMarjon Henley is going to be out there. Actually, no. Michael Bailey Jr. is going to jump out there.
And that was Caden Clausen. He 4 for 4 for extra points. So his dad, Warren Clausen, is a former kicker for Coach Snyder at K-State.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it was Warren Clausen, Caden's dad, was there like the final year. His senior year was actually Coach Snyder's, I think, first year at K-State.
Okay.
But it was a kicker as well, and he's got the genes now, so he wants to be a kicker, and he's also one of the receivers, but he kicks the ball pretty well. I just think there's somewhat of a breeze right here, so instead of trying to kick it deep, they're just going to try to pooch it down there and get it as high as he can and let his defense get underneath it, or his kicking team get underneath it and make that tackle.
And that, I mean,
that's a great kick right there. Oh, if that ball was
fielded well by Michael Bailey Jr. and, taken up to the 34.5-yard line.
Tackle right there by Tyler Sanchez, number 59, sophomore, getting a little action on kickoff team. That was a one heck of a kick. If that would have taken that backspin right there,
yes.
Heights has a great opportunity to return that, but luckily it bounced North High's way and got a little bit of return on that one.
Yep, and I was wrong. They're actually at the 35-yard line. That was a good pickup by Bailey, because you never know which way that ball's going to bounce.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's a round ball, you know which way it's going to bounce.
Yeah.
Football,
Never know.
So it looks like we have a double set with pistols back, a brand new tailback back there, DeMarjon Henley, in motion. It looks like we have a jet sweep by Dominic Simmons, who's breaking tackles to gain 2 yards.
Javon Martin missed that play right there, coming from his safety spot, number 21. He missed it, and then I believe it was number 13 there on the tackle that finally made it from Elijah Mosley from his corner spot, making that tackle, bringing up 2nd and 8 for the Redskins.
And that was a good hard run by Dom Simmons. I mean, he showed some guts there.
30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's gone by pretty fast, I think. I feel like
I think there's a lot.
Like we just been really slow. I see some other guys going. It's kind of a slow game.
Oh no, I've been in some long first quarters before. All right, little counter actions on the ground. Cruz Alvarado fumbles the ball.
I think North got it back.
And
here's a tight.
Let's take a look at the tight, and it looks like Heights comes up with it.
Heights comes up with it. Number 30, Isaiah Yehuda, comes up with that. I couldn't tell. North was trying to run like a little counter play. They fake toss, and then here comes the counter underneath, which they ran earlier in the game.
Right, and they had success with it.
Yeah.
So they went back to it. Just, the way the ball bounces, he didn't have a good enough hold on it.
Yep.
So let's go through some of these defensive starters. I haven't done that.
Go ahead.
So 81 is actually Alonzo Cabral up at D-line. He's a freshman. You're surrounded by a couple seniors with Dalen Terrell and Tion Hicks. At the top of your screen at the other end is sophomore Mateo Clark.
They're running a reverse right there. Heights gives it to the end around back there. Now,
and it looks like we have a fumble.
Back-to-back fumbles.
Fumble, and it looks like Heights comes, but you had a tackle. Tackle was made by junior Derek Schmidt, and he knocked the ball out. But people were rumbling, stumbling to get that ball. It looked like Heights ended up with it, though. What was the flag?
Holding on Heights. Okay. So they had a little end around up there. They went to the short side of the field and handed off to the. I believe that was. I believe that was Elijah Mosley up there at the top. They were giving it, and now it's going to be now the holding penalty. I hate the holding penalty. It's like a 10-yard foul from the spot of the foul. So really, it was 1st and 10. And now we're looking at 1st and 25 because the holding was 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Right. All right. Let's take the linebackers for North. I have Owen West, Connor Williams, and Derek Schmidt. And then in the back end, you have Michael Bailey, Jacob McKay, Angelo Castor and Cinco, and Jaden Trimble out there right now. And actually, I think we
And
had
we're
an
gonna have
offsides on North.
Okay.
I think they actually moved Alonzo Cabral back to middle linebacker and put another defensive lineman in. Because it looks like Brandon Parker is in there at D-line now, and they moved the freshman back to middle linebacker.
Heights is going to get 5 yards back now, making it 1st and 20, and we actually have some time left. Or is there? We're going to have one on time down. Okay,
yep.
Since it was a
Penalty
defensive play,
versus penalty.
and they're going to give a
no, it's
counter.
The cross buck counter.
So that was John Randall, right there, with another carry. Number 5, he went for 50, so he has two
Was that
touches.
number 5 or number 1? That was number 1.
Was that number 1?
That was number 1. Yeah, John Randall was on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, that was number 1.
Perfect. All right, I'm glad. See, that's why we got to do this together, because sometimes it's hard to see. But that was number 1, Adrian Patterson for 50. That was right from the 50-yard line, and he took it all the way to the house. So that's just fake toss one way and counter coming back the other way, pulling both sides. And it's just so hard for the opposing defense, because they just want to stop the toss to the outside, and then here they come running the counter play. And Coach Jarrett loves to call that play, and one of his favorite plays to especially if John Randall is getting the toss and he can run that toss great, which he does. That's a good little play right there. We used to have a little guy, Dap DeShazer.
I remember
would run the heck out of that thing. You know, we'd run tossed one way, and then all of a sudden Dap, and he was like 5'3". You could barely even see him behind the line of scrimmage. Or we'd fake toss to Dreamus, and then we'd give a little counter back to Daniel DeShazer, or Dap DeShazer, and give him the play. So Heights has the let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 offensive plays. 4 of them are for touchdowns.
Yep, and again, it's the tough offense to defend, especially that, because you want to be in the right spot every time, so your linebackers are flowing hard downhill. Your linebackers are flowing hard downhill, and they want to stop that dive, they want to stop that toss, and once you get to know that offense, you know exactly when to call that play.
There's a good shot right there. The North High cheerleaders. I think that's the cheer and that's the dance over there on the other side?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And the band playing here. And that was the end of the first quarter for a 35-0 first quarter score. Now I bet you Clausen's probably going to kick this one all the way out of the end zone. Got a little bit of wind behind him coming from the south.
Well, it looks the way he lined up. Before he basically lined up 5 yards from it. Now he's taking a running start, and he's going to kick. Oh.
And we're going to call offsides.
It looks like it. Heights players are too fast.
How hard is it?
That?
He's going to kick it out of bounds. I mean, all you got to do is just hang back and let him kick it out of bounds. Now they're going to stick it back 5 yards.
Yeah, well, I just think Heights players are too fast.
Oh yeah,
they're
pretty
booking.
fast.
They're booking. That's one thing I always knew coaching against these guys. No matter what, speed.
And that's one thing that I know that the coaching staff here has always tried to stress as much as possible during the summer and workouts is working on speed and getting faster. And Coach Dingle's in the weight room with those guys. Well, not right now, he's not. But in the summer they were having summer weights and working on that and working on their speed. Let's see if
is he going to make it to the end zone? No, it looks like it's going to be. Yep, it's still going to go in the end zone.
It did. If he would have stood maybe on the 1 yard line and caught it over his head, he might have been able to bring it out, but he just let it go.
Do you ever coach returners, Coach?
Actually, I returned a little bit in college.
Yeah?
I was somewhat of I grew up playing quarterback. When I first started playing, I was a quarterback, and then and my high school career I was quarterback. My first year in college, I was quarterback. I got to Friends, and we had, which, funny enough, Gil Alvarez, that name.
Oh, yeah.
Gil Alvarez is superintendent of schools, assistant superintendent of schools right now. He was our quarterback at Friends, and we came in together, and we were kind of battling it out in the first couple of weeks of practice, and then they had an injury on the defensive side and thought that maybe I had a better chance of playing on the defense side. I said, I'll do whatever. I don't care. So I ended up playing free safety for 3 years at Friends while he was our quarterback. I actually started a couple games when he got injured, and I was a backup quarterback at Friends.
Downhill run for another 1 yard gain by Williams. And I'm going to blow your mind here.
All right, hold on. Jalen Hanks and Javon Martin with that tackle right there.
I'm going to blow your mind. We've known each other a couple years now.
Right.
I was a ball boy while you were playing at Friends. My dad worked in the physical plant.
Okay.
So Coach Keys' years.
Yes, Coach Keys. I remember Phil Keys.
At Friends, I was a ball boy on the sideline at all the home games. I was.
Awesome. Well, I was there from
Small
90.
world.
I was there from 90. I want to say 95, 96, 97. I played football there at Friends under Brian Byers, and then Phil Keys was our assistant. And then when Brian Byers left, I think Phil Keys took over for a few years. Did you play at Friends?
I did not play at Friends.
Okay.
I went up to Hastings College. And
okay,
played
in Nebraska.
In Nebraska.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Even Byers as head coach, I was ball boy for him, and he's actually back at Friends now.
Yes.
Coaching
Him and his son. Him and his son are coaching.
Him and his son are coaching. He helps with the offensive line, and his son, I believe, is a defensive coach. Even though he was a heck of a javelin thrower.
Yeah.
Really good quarterback at
Didn't
East.
he go to, Iowa?
He went to Iowa
to throw javelin. Right.
Yes. And now he's back at Friends, and said I've talked to them several times over the last year or so.
I went to a Friends game a couple years ago just to kind of, they had like an alumni reunion. I went there, and it's been so long since I've been there. Just hard to keep track of everybody, seems these days.
Looks like we have the counter play again with Alvarado. Loses a yard.
And big number 65 there on the tackle. I believe that's Uzziah Harris. Yep, Uzziah Harris. 5'8", 300 pounds right there.
Oh, yeah.
So
big boy. Gotta love it.
Going to bring up a fourth down and 10. So Uzziah had a pretty good play right there. And they're going to kick into somewhat of a stiff breeze. It's not too bad out here, but we've got Jaden Hamilton back, and he's going to be standing about the 50-yard line. I think that's a little bit deep right there.
Cruz Alvarado back to punt.
See if he can make it that way.
Rainbow snap, and he gets it off. Again, a good job with the return team getting down the field, not giving Heights an opportunity to get anything going. That's one big thing. If you get athleticism like they have back there in the open field, you don't know what's going to happen.
Jaden Hamilton was back there, and he was standing right on the 50, and the ball bounced on the 50. So I don't know whether maybe the coach is like, hey, just get away from it. Let's not take any chances to turn things over. But if he'd have stayed there, if he'd at least stood there and caught it, he at least had an opportunity to return that. But here his Heights starting right at about the 49-yard line. And here first series here in the second quarter. And they're going to go with their look like they're going to go trips down here to this side.
Oh, this is a little bit.
We got a little delay of game possibly.
It looks like we had a timeout. So
there's
it's
a flag.
Sorry.
Yeah, so
what was that?
Too many guys?
Too many men on the field for North? I think that's what it is.
Okay, yeah, hand across the chest.
But I think did they call a timeout as well? That's why I thought it was a timeout. I didn't see the flag up top. I was looking down here at the sideline.
I think now
with the official.
Okay.
The official stopped the clock with his hands.
So I think Coach realized that I keep calling him Coach Burgess. Coach Burgess. I forget his name. Coach Burgess, I think, realized he had 12 guys on the field, so he called a quick timeout. Yeah. There's a good look right there of Malik Jarrett, the big tall guy. There's Dreamer Smith coaching with his hat turned on backwards. And those other guys, I'm not too sure of. Let me see if I can't find their names. Assistant coaches, Jaron Ogles, Brennan Pankratz could be those two coaches. So Heights is going to come back out and stay with that little trips formation right here. And probably maybe they'll try it. Seemed like the last couple times they've been in that trip formation, they have rolled it out, but they're just going to try a quick little pass to the outside slot receiver. Pretty good block right there by Caden Clausen.
All right, and tackle from behind by Tion Hicks. That was just a little key screen, it looked like. He just they read it. It looks like they read the defense and saw they had numbers and threw it out there. But good hustle by the defensive end, Tion Hicks running down the field, chasing it down.
So that was the a completion right there. The completion was to number 5. Was it number 5? Yeah, John. Was that John Randall?
Looks like it.
Yep.
So they're doing the trips right again. North is playing a little bit of a loose man, it looks like. Good swarm tackling by Brandon Parker and number 21, Jesse Beangard. Both of them are sophomores out there playing.
And caught that pass for about 4 yards from Dingle was number 1, Adrian Patterson. About a 3-yard gain, we're going to call it. Brings up about 2nd and 7 here. Now they're back in their flex formation. I think they're just working on some stuff. I mean, they passed the ball every time this time.
They got a step.
Looked pretty good. Good little 3-step drop there by DJ with a quick little fade there to the corner, the far side corner over there. I'm trying to look at the screen to see who that was. I think that might have been Elijah.
10?
Was it 10?
Was it no?
No,
19.
not 10. Yeah, number 19.
19.
Yeah, back to Chase Harris. So just an incompletion right there. So brings up about 3rd and 7 now. I just think Coach Jarrett with a 35-0 lead here, he wants to work on some things that he doesn't maybe get the opportunity to do all the time. And now they're going I formation, little slot I formation.
Good gang tackling by number 32 had him stopped dead to rights, Derek Schmidt, and then Michael Bailey Jr. came in and cleaned it up from his safety spot.
And there's John Randall for another carry. Pick up about 4 yards on that one. Brings up 4th and 2. Heights is going to go for it. Just going to go quarterback sneak right up the middle with DJ.
See, and it looks like they caught North off a little off guard. I didn't see who made the play. I think it was the 32 Derek Schmidt again. But North looks like they've dropped down into a 4-4 defense almost to do this.
There's a little zip motion there to the corner, and John Randall's just going to kind of walk into the end zone right there for about a 10-yard gain for him. We got a flag on the play?
No, we
Nope.
had okay. One of our D linemen lost his helmet, so he has to go out.
Oh,
for a play.
yeah.
Yep. It was a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a touchdown. So bring it to about 41 there. And John Randall, he's got 3 touches. Well, he had the pass there earlier, but he's got 3 rushes, 2 of them are for touchdowns. And here's Caden Clausen right now. He's 4 for 4 for extra points. So should be, I think, snapping the ball. I believe that's Dylan Depperschmidt underneath there is your long snapper. Yes, it is. Number 52, Dylan Depperschmidt.
And North High jumps off sides on the edge, trying to get that advantage. They've been close the last few times. They just need to sit in there and go for it.
Heights will probably just decline it and just keep it right there just to make it the same, unless they're gonna.
It looks like they are going to decline
it
just to get.
It's the same, you scoot at times a yard closer. Really, that's all you're going to get on an extra point. So they're just going to keep it the same right there.
It goes in the stat sheet the same.
Yep.
I mean.
Extra points are extra points, and he is good. So he's 5 for 5.
North is getting closer on those extra points. They need to lay out for one. Like to see a little bit of a block.
There's the dance team. I don't know if we can get a shot. There's a good look at the dance team right there. We've shown a couple pictures of the cheerleaders, and there's the dance team right there. Got almost some basketball jerseys. What they're looking like right there. I like it.
Yep. So you played offense and you played defense. When you were coaching, what side of the ball did you coach?
I coached offense the whole time.
Okay.
I
knew I liked you.
Yeah, I was an offensive coach the whole time. I mean, I coached freshman level for a couple different times, and I had coached defense, of course. But every time we would, at the freshman level, you kind of have to coach both sides of the ball. But I was always an offensive coach when we did that, and really enjoyed that part of it. And that's kind of where I've always wanted to be, was on the offensive side. But when I played defense and I played safety, that was some of the funnest times. There was no pressure. It was just, hey, go out there and have some fun. And I got to return some kicks and return some punts. And I never took one to the house or anything, but they just put me back there because I was sure-handed and didn't make too many mistakes.
Another kick in the end zone. Henley and looked like Henley and Hamilton Thompson were back deep there. Yeah, they put
Timeouts remaining there on the scoreboard, so it looks like Heights has all 3 of them, North with just 1. So they spent 2 of their timeouts, and those are reset there at the half. And we still got 8:05 left here in the first quarter. I believe there's a running clock in the fourth quarter if you're more than 40 points.
Yes, and then
Is that right?
Also, if the teams agree, the ADs agree, they can have a running clock the whole second half.
Oh, really?
Well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure when that went into effect, but I've seen that before as well.
Okay.
So it looks like we have a doubles look, double spread pistol. And it looks like we're going to have a quarterback ISO by Wassel. It's going to be dragged down in the backfield.
Jalen Hanks making the play right there from his somewhat outside linebacker spot. Jalen Hanks came off with that 4-2 look. If they get into that double look on what they did there, he kind of comes up close to the line of scrimmage and has the option to either drop back and pass or rush the passer, and that's kind of what he did. Came off the edge and made a pretty good play of getting the quarterback there on that ISO play.
Well, we'll see what Coach Burgess has dialed up here. He's had a few series to try to figure out what this Heights defense is doing, and he's had more success today than he has before. So we'll see what he has dialed up for these guys. And a snap over the head into the end zone. What's Wassel going to do? He goes down, and it's going to be a safety. Minimize the damage. That's what you got to do. That's a very smart play by a young player and a sophomore. Minimize the damage. Only give up 2 points. Don't give up the 7.
Yeah, sometimes you've seen people just kick that thing out of the back of the end zone to give up 2. One thing that you don't want to happen, what you said, is make things minimal. But you don't want to turn it over there and just have some big guy to drop on the ball for a touchdown. So
right.
Heights will pick up 2 points there on the safety for a 44-0 lead with 7:13 left to go here in the second quarter.
I will say a little personal history. I've scored 2 touchdowns in my life.
Have you really?
I played football for 16 years. Kindergarten through college, I scored 2 touchdowns. One, they snapped it over the quarterback's head and I fell on it. The other one was a 60-yard fumble return. I needed the oxygen tank afterwards. I definitely did.
Hey, there's a good shot of the Heights cheerleaders over there on the other side. Good job, cameraman. They got their masks over there, little red and black masks. And the cheerleaders and the dance team and the bands are the only ones that are coming to the games. I've heard rumors that we might have some fans coming back soon, possibly. But that's just rumors, and so I'm not sure if those are true or not. But hopefully the fans can get back. But I don't know. Can you see how many people we have following the game right now? We have 175 people right now watching the game with us. So we enjoy you guys paying close attention and watching us. And we have 2 students in here that actually have volunteered their time to come up and help. And what a heck of a return right here, Jaden Hamilton.
And,
he's gonna take it. Did he take it all the way?
He scores. Yes, he does.
I think that he got that about the 40-yard line back there. So that was a.
Well, and it was a kick after a safety. So what you can do is either punt.
Yes.
Or you can kick it off a tee from the 20, which is what they chose. They kick it off the tee from the 20. You can choose to do either. Some people like to punt. That way they can get the ball higher up in the air. But if you feel like your kicker can kick off the tee right where you want it, that's a decision you make. Yeah,
he got that about the 40-yard line. Since they kicked at the 20, right? After the safety, they kicked off at the 20-yard line.
Yes.
And then so Jaden Hamilton's going to have about a 60-yard touchdown return on that kickoff return right there. And now Heights is missing somebody, so
Heights is missing somebody. I think North had an extra. It all happens so fast on the sideline. You just got off the play, and then you want to take a rest. And wait, we just scored. No, you got to go back on. Well, and as a coach down here for North, they're probably getting their defense ready.
Yep.
Then they have to get their field goal block team out there. Sometimes it's different personnel. We have a timeout. It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Dingle didn't want to spin that or lose the 5 yards on the extra point. So he's just going to talk it over. I think, that's the thing about it when you score on a kickoff return or a punt return. It's like you were just out there and then, hey, you got to go back out. And it just kind of throws a little bit different how that you're coming on and off the field. There's a good look right there of the Heights extra point team. And number 16, Caden Clausen, has 5 for 5 on extra points, getting ready to be 6. So let's see if Coach Clausen, I about said Coach Clausen, Caden Clausen can make it 6 for 6 from the extra point mark.
Oh, and I remember him the last 2 years, and he's always impressive because he was the starting kicker when he was a freshman.
Yes, he has been. He has been the starting kicker since he was a freshman, and there he is. He's 6 for 6. You don't see that very often, but his freshman year, Caden was trying to play soccer as well, and I know that he would try to split time. He was my freshman. He was my freshman quarterback from time to time, but it was so hard for him to be quarterback because he would leave and go to practice. Well, the quarterback kind of needs to be there all the time.
That's kind of an important position.
Kind of important position to learn all the plays and making sure that you know what you're doing and stuff like that. But he was a really smart kid, and he's got great parents, and he's just a really nice kid, and he works hard at it. I mean, I saw him up here several times this summer, just out here with a bunch of balls, just kicking field goals and extra points. He's got that little holder that he would do all those things, and he's I think that's kind of what he wants to do is he wants to kick at the next level in college somewhere. I think he'd really love to go to K-State. I see I'm friends with his parents on Facebook and stuff, and I see they're at K-State games all the time and stuff like that because they're kind of, his dad went to school there, so I know that's where he'd like to go. My son is friends with him, and they've been to some K-State games in the past, and there's another touchback. He put that one almost to the back of the end zone.
Yeah, somebody needs to get a hold of Coach Brad up there, head of recruiting for K-State, and say, hey, come take a look at this kid out of Wichita.
Well, Taylor Bratt is a former Heights guy. Did you know that?
He is. His dad, I've known his dad forever. His mom was actually my second grade teacher.
Yeah, and his dad had been at Butler Community.
Forever.
They don't call it Butler. Is it Butler? It's Butler Community. Butler Community. When I was playing, it was Butler County Community College, and now it's just Butler Community.
Yeah.
So, his dad has been a longtime coach up there, and then Taylor has been kind of head of recruiting up there at K-State the last, probably 5 or 6 years at least.
At least. I would
probably
say
closer to 10. Yeah, probably closer to 10.
Yeah.
So that's, but he's Taylor Bratt and the Bratt family have a good connection here at Heights, and there's a good look of Coach Moss. Coach Moss there, right there in the middle of the huddle. He is their defensive coordinator. With the black bandana on, and I believe that might be Coach Here comes Coach Foster coming from the other side. And so there's Caden's mom, Water Girl.
There we go.
So there's she's got the Clausen 16 back there, so they're helping out, because they're so hard to get people into the games and stuff like that. So and students, usually it'd be a student or something and helping out. It's sometimes, hard to do that right now with all this separation that everybody's doing. Mitch, tell me about your classes and what you teach at North.
So right now, in general, I teach a lot of the computer business classes, and so right now I teach computer graphics and computer essentials. So computer graphics, I work with the Adobe products. Second semester, I'm going to go into animation. We're working with more Adobe, and then and incomplete pass. Wassel got it off, got a little high over to Mikkel Hamilton.
Yeah, Jalen Hanks was right there on maybe the pass deflection. Might have been a little high pass, but Jalen Hanks was right there for defense. So,
and I teach. So right now it's computer graphics and computer essentials and a lot of the business computer stuff. So I'm actually in hog heaven when it comes to this stuff because we've been able to push out some software to kids and it's actually working and they're doing it at home and.
It's been a little bit different for sure.
I'm a very social person, so it's hard talking to a screen.
Yes,
it is. But what about you?
Well, I'm kind of in the same realm. I'm doing all the business and computers and stuff like that, and I do some Adobe things. I do more of the audio video stuff, and that's why we're kind of live streaming here. I know it's it's North's home game, but when Heights plays here, I've always said, hey, we'll live stream the game. And this is all of our equipment that we use that we've just kind of built over the years. I really enjoy this part of it and helping students kind of get a feel for it. Every once in a while, I've had for a couple of years, I would have some students that would love to commentate with me. It's just sometimes you just don't get those students that like to commentate. Esteban, he's actually a cameraman tonight. He's a soccer player, and we've commentated a couple soccer games. Me and Esteban has, and he's on the close-up view. Whenever time you see a close-up view, he does that. But I do not like the virtual teaching. It's not fun. I used to walk in my classroom and I could write a few things down on my lesson plans. Like, yep, this is what we're going to do, and I could just walk guys through it, and then I could, hey, I could go help somebody and do this, and now it's like I have to plan so much more. I got to plan every little thing that I'm doing. Teaching live video editing is almost next to impossible because of the lagging of video and stuff like that. So what I've done is I really just started to record myself doing these things and sharing the video so that the students can kind of watch it at their own pace and they can stop it and rewind it. And that's been good for some, and some of them are going right through it, and some of them are just it's hard for some students. I think it's good for some kids and it's not good for others.
Gotcha.
It's just it's hard.
Well, and so while we were talking, North had a drive. There's a 6-yard run by Derek Schmidt, and then a couple 1-yard runs from Williams and Alvarado. And looks like Heights is coming over. With all these rushing touchdowns, let's give some love to your offensive line.
They've you know what? have we even said offensive starters, offensive linemen?
I don't think I have. I'm getting starters.
To them. But it's like they score so fast, like right there again. So that's number 3, R.J. Richard with another touchdown. He had that was about 32 yards.
Yep.
For a touchdown, and that's his second touchdown. He's got 105 yards, and both of them have been on both scores. He scored 73 earlier and 32. All right, let's go here to these offensive starters for these linemen. We got to get these linemen's name in here. So starting at center for the Falcons is Malachi Pancratz Dixon. Over there at left guard is Aaron Meyer, and at left tackle George Hervey. Right guard Hayden Powell, and right tackle Dylan Depperschmidt. So they've been paving the way for a 57-0 lead. And
almost got blocked, but it made it through.
It did get blocked. I saw the official touched it, but it went through.
And it was touched by Derek Schmidt again. He is just all over the field for North High. He's a junior, and I think he's actually a newbie because he was not with us last year. So he must have been a move-in. He's all over the field for North High. And the thing about Heights' offense, it's hard to get your starters in just because it's just so fast to score.
Well, let's see. Next week for the Falcons, I'm looking at the schedule for next week. It's let me see if I can find that. We have East, so our first home game when we're going to be home is going to be East. I'm kind of looking forward to that game. I think
that is going to be.
You saw East
game.
Play.
East is very athletic.
Yeah.
Their defense is really good. I know we got them week 1, so their offense had a little bit of struggles as far as getting rhythm, but they were able to just go, and it's Coach Akpen over there has something special going on. You and I have both coached and been in this city league a long time, and East never looked as good as they do right now.
Okay, yeah, I was here the night that Easton played North. I met with a KWCH was coming up here just to kind of look at all the equipment that we have and how they might be able to use some of our equipment for a live stream of some sort that they might do for like game of the week. And so we were testing out some equipment, and I got to see a little bit of that game. And yeah, East does have some very talented-looking guys, and they were shotgun throwing it, quick little screens and stuff like that, and didn't look too bad at all. I think it's going to be a heck of a game for Heights next week. And on the bad part is North's got Northwest.
I know, I saw that.
I mean, Northwest.
I don't mean to use that tone, but Northwest is good.
Oh, they're really good.
And we have a run. A good little run.
Fumble.
For 2 yards. Was it fumbled? And now there's a bottom pile. Good run by Williams, but it looks like he got
it back.
So Williams got it back. Another gain of 1. Yeah.
Davion Ware was right there, number 8. Haven't called his name. He was right there on that tackle.
Well, Coach Martin at Northwest has just, in his time at Northwest, he's taken them to – they were always kind of an average team, but he's brought that program up. And I like Steve a lot. I didn't like him when we played against him. Just like I love Dominic, but I didn't like him when we played against him.
Yeah.
So Steve has done a really good job over there, and they're definitely a challenge for anybody. So we have a motion, and it looks like it's going to be a jet sweep to Dominic Simmons. Again, running hard, running through tacklers, gaining about, 7 yards?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just running through and showing a lot of heart out there, Dominic Simmons is.
First guy right there for the tackle, I was trying to figure out who that was. That was number 30, Isaiah Yehuda, for that tackle. Kind of hung on by the foot, and pretty good run right there on second down, bringing up about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 here. See if North can try to get this drive going to keep Heights off the field. Coach Martin over the Northwest, he's done an excellent job over there, and he was actually here at Heights with us in 2009 and 2010 and 2011, and we were in the state championship for three straight years.
And it looks like somebody went the wrong direction, but Wassel scrambles enough to get a first down, a good 3-yard gain, and a good hard block on the edge by Hamilton.
Yeah, I thought maybe they might have called the blindside block, but they didn't throw the flag. I guess
they did not throw the flag.
You can't blindside block and light people up anymore like you used to back when we played and stuff like that.
Oh, no, you can't. And that was actually one of the most fun things to do.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I always loved doing it, but it is a big player safety issue.
Yes.
That we don't catch these players off guard anymore. We don't intentionally try to hurt each other out there. Yes, it's a physical game played by mean people, but we can't be out there to hurt people. So that's a good hard run for 2 yards.
Tackle there by number 21 from his free safety spot, Javon Martin, coming up and making a pretty good stick. That's with the safety coming up and making a play like that, what the offensive coordinator or the head coach has got to look at is, can we get some type of play action with that? If a safety's coming all the way up there and making that tackle for 2 yards right there, they need to look at try to do a little play action and try to put someone back in that spot. If North can do something like that, but that's something that as for me as a former offensive coordinator, I was always looking at defensive guys and where they're coming from and making tackles. Something that you try to pick up on as you're watching the game.
Yeah, and that's something you would typically get from the box. Another downhill run, hard run by Williams. He's putting his body on the line. Another 2-yard gain for him. Yeah, you're right. You start seeing those safeties creep. You better have something to attack.
Yeah, because there's
the open field.
Yeah, Javon Martin was right back down in there, making that play, and so he's really stepping up in there.
And I know they have stuff to stretch the field vertically. They just need to call it. I mean, I've seen them run things that stretch the field vertically in other games. They have doubles to the right with a J-set pistol, and it looks like Heights is coming.
There's the blitz.
There's the magic of the blitz.
Yep, and they got right by it that time.
Mm-hmm. So good run, a good gain of about 8 yards.
Yeah, picked up the first down right there.
And like you said before, when they live and die by the blitz, that's dying by the blitz right there.
Yeah, they
ran right by the draw.
Yep. Heights had 2 guys come up the A-gaps on either side of the center, and North just beat it and was able to. Last time I think that happened, Heights stuffed them,
yep.
And North got by at that time right there to pick up a first down.
Looks like a 1st and 10 with a doubles. Okay, now
Going
they're stretching
long.
vertically and intercepted by Heights.
There's number 9 right there. I believe that's Jaden Hamilton. So Jaden Hamilton has a couple oh, no, he's just been playing some defense. I thought maybe he had a long run earlier, but that was a heck of a play right there.
Well,
just the ball was thrown a little bit to the inside. It's got to be outside
right.
Over that shoulder.
Right. When that corner's playing inside leverage, which he is, he let that wide receiver release outside. You've got to put that ball on the outside shoulder of that wide receiver because it was Bailey Jr. Bailey Jr. probably has 5-6 inches on the corner.
Right.
He's also one of the starters on the basketball team. He can go up and get a ball. You've got to put the ball up there.
Yeah, give him a chance.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do that with old Evan Wessel, man. We used to, if we ever needed something, we'd put Evan Wessel in the game, and he used to play basketball for us as well and play football. He was one heck of a safety. Had an opportunity to go play football at KU, and but decided to play play college football at KU, but decided to play basketball at WSU. So
And It looks like they're running a clock play to.
Oh, they're just
to run
going to
out
down
the
it.
half, I think.
They're just going to down it here with
I believe so, with 1:30 left.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what you do when you have big wide receivers.
Yeah, just
that
throw
can
it up
jump
high
up
and
get
let it go up there. You got to make sure that you do that. So
Yeah, I had a similar experience. So my roommate freshman year in college was a 6'6", 215-pound wide receiver.
goodness.
He played 6-man football in Colorado. He only made it 1 year at Hastings because a D2 school saw his film and got him.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he got, as a true freshman, he got. We knew if we were within the 20, our head coach would say, "Lingle, you're in. All right, we're going to throw it up to Kevin."
Yep. We've had a few guys like that over the years. I can remember one guy back in a long time ago. Romar Jones, we used to number 9. We used to do that with him too. He would play some safety for us, and we would put him in there when we needed a big play, and we just literally just step back like 1 or 2 steps and throw it up high and outside and let him go make a play and go catch it. And he was about 6'6" and played on the basketball team and made some plays for us. So that's going to bring us to the half. So we're going to turn off our mics for a little bit, turn up the crowd noise because I know the dance team is probably going to dance a little bit. I don't know if the band's going to perform, but we will make sure that you guys don't miss that. But we're going to give ourselves a little bit of break from talking from time to time. So, guys.
For our halftime performance, we have our North High Compliments. The team is led by senior champions Yolanda Hernandez and Kathleen Wilson. Their performance is called What's Poppin', and it was choreographed by Yolanda Hernandez, Kathleen Wilson, Skylar Barnes, Mariah Ray, and Nayali Martinez. Ladies, your music is on. Brand new whip, this hustle. I got hustle. I can taste that like shotgun. This shotgun. I'm spending holiday liking. My body got weighted and touching. Pushing the touching. I can put the ball in the end zone.
Well, welcome back to the second half as we begin the third quarter. Heights with a 58-0 lead over Wichita North. And it's going to be a running clock this whole second half. The clock will continue to run when it's this, they've got a kind of a policy within the league if it's running, and then both coaches and the ADs agree that just try to keep everybody safe and stuff like that. But we got a couple first half stats. I've got, number 5, John Randall with 3 touches for 70 yards. I have R.J. Richard. He's got 2 touches, 2 touchdowns for 105. The first one was 73 yards. Number 1, Adrian Patterson. He's got 2 carries for 70 yards. One of those was a 50-yard touchdown. And the quarterback, Dominic Dingle, with 2 carries for 28 yards for a total of only 273 yards in the first half. And you see the 58-0 score. The problem is it hasn't been over and over been. It's just been 1 or 2 plays touchdown, 1 or 2 plays touchdown. Also has DJ has about 438 yards passing on the night. He has 3 completions out of 5. And that's pretty much it for the height stats. What do you got, Mitch, there for North?
Right, leading rusher for North is Connor Williams. He has 25 yards after 13 carries. And let's see, we have 2 carries for Dom Simmons for 9 yards. Cruz Alvarado has 3 for 8. With a few other rushers, you're looking at about 42 yards total on the ground, and Jacob Wassel is 2 of 4 passing for 10 yards. Dom Simmons has a 4-yard pass, and Michael Bailey Jr. has a 6-yard reception.
So it looks like North is going to be kicking off to the Falcons. North is going to be kicking off to the North. And deep for the Falcons. Looks like they got a little trio guys back there. I can't see who the deep guys, but I think it's John Randall is the deep guy in the back.
There we go. I think what they're doing
they're
is
going to try to probably keep it away from him.
Yeah, they do that so then the kicker can't actually pinpoint right away where a certain person is. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to kick to Randall.
No.
I believe he was a first-team All-City returner last year as a freshman.
They're going to give it to him. They're going to give him a chance, and he did have some returns last year, and he's going to be tripped up.
Tripped up by number 21. He is a Jesse Beangard, a sophomore, and it looks like there's a flag on the play as well.
I don't know. Was that a block in the back? Nope, it's going to be a block in the back, I believe, on Heights. That was number 9. He came up limping right there. Was Jaden Hamilton.
He did. There was a little collision there. I think Beangard slowed down to make the tackle, and
yeah, Jaden Hamilton kind of came up and hit him from behind. So a little block in the back. That's going to push the Heights Falcons all the way back to the 12-yard line.
All right. Well, let's see what adjustments North has made in the half. I saw the coaches on the sideline conferring over halftime before they talked to their kids. Let's see what adjustments we've made on defense to try to stop this potent offense that Heights brings.
Well, Heights looks like they're going to still come out with all their starters and stuff like that, and they're actually they're going to go with no back right here, so a little bit of 2 slots, but no fullback back there, so almost like a no-look play, and they're just going to give toss to Randall on the outside edge.
Toss with and
he's going to go.
Bevy of Redskins are whiffing, and he might beat them to the edge. I think he's got it. That
was from the 12-yard line.
That's an 88-yard run on rocket toss.
So plus 88 for John Randall on the touchdown. And he just went all the way around to the edge and then cut it back and then going back the other way. You might have heard of that name, John Randall. We haven't talked about that, but he had an uncle there that was in the NFL, played for the Cowboys for a little while. And some of the Randalls, when I first started teaching, it was they had a bunch of Randalls down there at Southeast.
Yes, they did.
And they were always tough to beat. But his dad, John Randall's dad, was a running back at Southeast, a really good player. And I believe he played at OSU as well.
I think so. I mean, you talk about one of the great Wichita football families.
Yeah.
And that's the Randalls.
Yep.
And it looks like
going to be jump off sides.
Yep, it looks like North jumps off sides. We tried to get a little bit of advantage there to try to get a block.
I believe that's still Clausen is still back there. He is 6 for 6, I believe, on his extra points. Where's my note on that? Yeah, no, 7 for 7. Perfect on the night, 7 for 7. Might have a school record. I wonder what the school record is for extra points in a game. I want to say the scoring record is probably close to in the 80s, if I remember right on the record board. I should. Yep. But man, 8 for 8, right? Did he just make that one?
He just made that one.
Okay,
yes.
so now he's 8 for 8. I don't know if we actually have a record for how many extra points in a game, but I don't remember ever kicking eight extra points in a game. That's for sure.
As far as scoring record, I didn't. I'm glad you didn't look up that stat.
I don't know if it's on a record board. I know we've got the files, and I could probably find it on my computer if I'm hooked up to the network here. But I'd have to go over there and find that stuff. So
he's 9 for 9. Okay.
Okay, so I'm wrong. So my math teacher, my math teacher, 9 for 9. Mr. Jeffcoat says that if we do the math in, that's where we're at. What about the extra point? Or not the extra point, but the safety?
Yeah. Yeah. So
okay.
60,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
63 divided by 7 is 9.
Okay.
We're two business technology teachers over here with the mics.
We got the math
teacher down here.
That's
We're
right.
good.
Yeah. Jeff Coates keeping track of the scoreboard and updating all that stuff. And the time, he's got it easy this half. He's just got to keep the first and 10 marker going as best he can. But
it's been a long day for me, I'll tell you that.
Caden Clausen kicking off. He's going to try to kick it high and deep again.
Huge kick to DeMarjon Henley, who kind of bobbles the catch and then goes down. He's going to get the ball about the 22-yard line where the North High offense is going to take over for the first time this half. We'll see what tricks Coach Burgess has up his sleeve to try to get something going. R.J.
Richard for the Falcons was the closest person there. Probably got credited for the tackle on that one as he made it down there first.
Wassel runs out there.
Don't see. They're probably, probably at least the first couple of series give starters for Heights. I'm sure most of the starters the second half here, and then maybe start to sprinkle in some JV guys probably pretty early here in the third quarter with this score.
We have the J set, the little counter action to Cruz Alvarado for about a gain of 1.
Number 14, Alvarado with the run.
And tackled there for, I believe that's Javon Martin, number 21. I was looking back at that stuff, and I was wrong. Javon Martin is not playing safety. He's one of their Mike linebackers. He's been in there nice and tight up close. And I was like, where is he coming from? And the last time I said that as a safety spot, and I started watching a little bit closer, he's our Mike linebacker right there in the middle, and when I was coaching 2 years ago, he was a safety, but they found a pretty good spot for him because he does like to come up and make some tackles.
All right, we have a 7-yard gain for Williams again. He's really starting to get a rhythm. Williams is going downhill. That's the best part about. I mean, honestly, that's what I love as an offensive lineman. You go downhill, you go as hard as you can, and just trying to blow something open, and that's the kind of football I like.
Yeah, that was tackle right there was number 24, James Lynn, on that play.
So we have a doubles pistol look. We have a guard that pulls, so it's going to be a power, but there's a penalty flag that comes flying in.
I haven't seen too many penalties, but that's usually in the spot of holding.
It is. They threw it at an offensive lineman's feet, and that's never where you want it if you're a big boy.
And that's pretty much what I saw. There's the holding call right there against North. So had a 3rd and 2. Are they going to was that a second down play or was that the 3rd down play? It looks like they're going to scoot him back anyway.
That was the 3rd down play.
So now they're going to just scoot him back to be 3rd and 12. I'm not sure why they just didn't decline that as long as they didn't pick up the first down.
I don't know if they actually spotted the ball on that because it would have been close because he did gain just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if he gained the 2 to get it. So you have 3rd down and 12 now. North breaks the huddle.
Kind of got a trips.
No, looks like you have a doubles. We had one wide receiver go the wrong way. We're in that doubles look, trying to spread Heights' defense out. We have stoppage of play for some reason. Yeah, the theory here is you want to spread Heights' defense out and try to find a gap somewhere. I would imagine Wassels is going to throw here. He has a rollout. Throw it up
deep.
Mikkel Hamilton Thompson had a step and just out past his hands. He had a step on the corner.
Yeah, Jaden Okoro was right there, a sophomore, 5'8" sophomore, and ran right by him and thought he had a step. If that ball would have been there, that would have been 6.
I'll tell you what, that young man, that wide receiver, is a heck of a hurdler. And he does the indoor track in the wintertime, and he's one that he's a hurdler and he's a baseball player. So I kind of had to split time with him this last spring. It was a shame I didn't get to see him in meet because he was a true freshman. He was really showing some promise.
Oh, he was a freshman last year.
He was a freshman last year. Oh, and Alvarado fumbles the snap. It was a little wide. Goes down to a knee to pick it up.
I thought he had time to maybe get the play and at least run around and kick the ball, but he just decided to fall on it, and it's a.
I think it was instinct.
Yeah.
I think it was instinct. He went. He just didn't want it to make it any worse. And that's another thing that comes with age and experience. He's another sophomore. He's showed really well this season so far, punting the ball and being able to snag those wide snaps and the rainbow snaps, and he's done well. I think that just comes with experience.
Yeah, he had definitely had a little bit of time. He caught it the first time, and then he fumbled it, and then tried to pick it up again and just decided to take a knee. And we'll see here if Heights offense is going to stick with their starters or they're going to go with some younger guys. And
one thing I would say about that is I remember seeing some of your guys' starters playing on a freshman team last year. So you are very young.
No, yeah, like DJ's a sophomore, Randall's a sophomore. Did get a lot of playing time as a freshman last year on the varsity level. But yeah, we've got a lot of young guys.
Tackled by a bevy of North High defenders, Owen West, Michael Bailey, and then of course I should just end every single tackle announcement with Derek Schmidt. I mean, he seems like he's in everything. But I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that was fine. But yeah, they just got a lot of young guys and stuff like that. So, but that was just a little bit of an ISO play. They kind of put that guy in motion and really just kind of block it up, ISO blocking up front. And Heights is really just going to take their time here. No need to try to score if they don't need to. Coach Dingle's a very professional guy. He does not want to embarrass anybody, but he's going to let his kids play. And then there's a touchdown. And did he get in?
They said he got in before the fumble.
So touchdown there for Jaden Okoro. I believe that was they just gave him back-to-back plays. Picked up about 1 there, or 2 on that first play, and then about 5 yards on that run right there for another score.
Yeah, and then. Yeah, I will agree. Even though he was my opponent several times, I do respect Dingle a lot because he is a very classy individual, and as a person, he's a great person to have your kids around because he's just such a positive influence on those kids.
I come in and I get here about 7:15 or so in the morning, and he's got 0 hour, so he's teaching 0 hour weights virtually. He's in the weight room, and he's got a TV and a camera on him, and he's out there working out, and it's 0 hour at 7 o'clock in the morning, so he gets after it a little bit. Perfect.
And that
10
is
for 10.
10 for 10. 10 for 10
there
on
you go.
the
extra points.
Extra points.
But yeah, my son is also in his weight class, and so my son goes to Grandma and Grandpa's house just so he can be around somebody, so he's not at home by himself. And they've got better internet than we do out in the country.
Yeah.
And so he told me, Dad, Coach Dingle was making me run around the couch the other day in weights, because they're just trying to do some type of workout.
Exactly.
And he blamed my son. He would love to get out there in the weight room and lift some weights and stuff like that. He's kind of a baseball player, swimmer, and he would love to get in the weight room to do those things, but just not an opportunity right now. I don't have the weights at home, so it's really lunges, and looks like they're waving to stop the clock down there for whatever reason. Did you see that? The referee was waving. Did they stop the clock?
No, I think I don't know.
Are they going to let them at least kick off in this direction, or are they just going to?
Yeah, because they've already switched sides. So you can see they've already switched sides to go ahead and get ready for the fourth quarter.
Okay. Yeah, they just decided to let the clock run out. Again, it's a running clock, so that was 12 minutes right there for that quarter, and we've scored, made it 72-0.
Yep. So that's 2 touchdowns for Heights in that third quarter.
What do you? We got a little. Bee coming in here or something. Is that a little wasp that's trying to come in here and mess with our cameraman?
Well, he was on me earlier.
Oh, okay. There's touchback right there for Caden Clausen, kicking it all the way to about halfway through the end zone.
And I'll tell you what, to see a good kicker kick in high school, that is a huge weapon for them, because if he can kick it in the end zone every time, you know exactly where that ball's going to be.
Yep.
One of the scariest plays in football is a kickoff, because you don't know if somebody's going to get out of their lane and then create a seam for a dangerous return man. If you have a kicker that can kick it to the end zone, that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to stop somebody from an offensive set position than it is to as a kickoff return, especially if they have a dangerous guy, Yep. And so kicking it out of the end zone is always a good thing if you can do it. And Caden's been able to do that with the win tonight every time.
So we have the Pistol J set, and it looks like we have the little
that guy was big. Who was that guy? That's the first time we've seen him run.
Well, he ran one time before, and he was a 6-yard, because that's Derek Schmidt. So not only is he tearing it up on defense, let's just go ahead and give him some love on offense. All right.
I believe that was number 20 on the tackle there, Caleb Roper. First time we've announced his name. But yeah, he was rumbling and stumbling right there. A little quick handoff there to the big guy. Still got. I think we're really starting to get some backup guys in there now. I don't see Amarion Wilkins up in there anymore. I don't see Javon Martin in there at linebacker. So I think we're starting to see some of the Heights is really starting to put some of their JV guys in there here, starting at the fourth quarter.
All right, so Wassel's going to go. He's going to draw back for the pass. He's going to scramble. Oh, he's breaking a tackle. Being now wrapped up for a gain of. He ran a long way and broke a lot of tackles to only get 3 yards on that one.
Yeah, tackle right there was James Lynn on that tackle.
He slipped out of several Heights players' grasp on that play. But, yeah, he ran a long ways and did a lot to
well, that's the shotgun. You start in the shotgun position, and you're already 7 yards back, and then he took a couple 3 steps back because he was going to pass it. Now you're 10 yards, and then you got to go forward again. So, disadvantages of that, maybe disadvantage of the shotgun. I never liked the shotgun because I was always afraid to snap it over somebody's head. And that's happened once or twice tonight. There's a good play right there.
Run with Williams for a negative 1 yard.
Tackle by 54 and 66 right there. Number 54. Get all these guys' names. And I don't even have a 54.
It's 64.
Is it 64? Mm-hmm. So 64 would be Adam Orth, and was it 66?
Yeah.
Big 66 was Erickson Powell.
Yeah. So the shotgun, there's pros and cons. If you can get the ball out of the quarterback's hands fast, it's good. Technically, we were in the shotgun the last few years when we did the single wing, but we were only at 3 yards away from the line of scrimmage, and everything was moving forward. Oh, and I don't know, are they going to give it a false start?
They're going to call a false start. Yeah, left tackle right there.
Tackle.
Number 69. So I believe that's the cheerleaders down there are stomping on the stands. That was that big loud bang, and you might see the camera shaking a little bit because they're in the stands doing some stepping. Brings up 4th and 8. They're gonna go for it. Yeah.
And it's what do you have to lose right now?
Try to go for it. 9 minutes left. Running clock.
Okay, it looks like he did a fake rollout. Going to get sacked in the backfield for a negative 4 yards by big number.
99. 99 was Quintavious Galloway, and I think that was also number 41. Keedron Whitlock was also right there as well. So they get the sack on the play. They were trying to maybe roll out one way and stop and throw back to a fade on the backside, and just had too much penetration.
Yeah, I think they were trying to fake out the flow of the linebackers by faking one and then throwing across the field. You got to have a little more time to do that.
Yeah.
But he's trying to. They're trying to shake up things.
Well, at this point right here, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the JV team for the Falcons. And North have a JV. North is coming over here on Monday.
Yes, I believe it's a C-team game.
Okay, C-team game. So kind of a mix between freshmen and JV guys and some sophomores.
I think I'm actually going to come over here and work the clock.
Okay.
So,
well, we're gonna be live streaming the game. We'll live stream the game. Usually what we did last week is we just had the scoreboard running, no clock, and we would just show the game and just let it go. And I would just film, go back and forth and follow the play as best I could, and do it that way. So I'm gonna have to pay attention here because I got to get these guys' names in here. So if I can,
that was a tackle. It looks like big number 74 for us, which is. Brandon Parker. No, that's
we got to look way down here on our rosters. We had our starting lineups, and I was getting to know who the guys were, and now we've got some of these younger guys coming in, and we want to make sure that we get their names called. I believe that last carry right there was number 7, Jaden Okoro, at the L, as he took the ISO play, and now they're going to turn around and go the opposite direction.
And again, tackled by a bevy of North High players, and it looks like we actually still have our varsity defense in right now.
And carry there for the Falcons, I believe, was number 32. Number 32 is Jeremiah Powell, sophomore, 5'5", 115. Brings about 3rd and 8 from the 15-yard line here for the Falcons.
It looks like we still have a bunch of our starters in, but they were a lot of young kids anyway. We have a lot of sophomores playing on this starting squad. Not very many seniors, especially on defense.
Quarterback for the Falcons is number 14, Devin Sellers, and they're going to call a delay of game there on the Falcons. Just took a little bit too long as they're trying to. I don't know if they're signaling in plays or they're running them in. I believe Coach Jared was probably running them in. We used to have a system when I was coaching here. We could do everything signals and just kind of run the flexbone no huddle. We used to do some no huddle stuff back in the day.
Well, you see that up at Bethel with Coach Harrison.
Yeah.
They all have wristbands. They signal in on the sideline, and it's impressive. With this offense, typically it's just, famine, feast, and low-scoring games. In the 2 games they've had, and there's a good tackle by, looks like number 15, Jaden Tremble, with help from Bishop Britt. But yeah, you typically have low-scoring games, and they've broken 40 in their 2 games in college football right now. It's pretty impressive to watch up there at Bethel.
That run right there was number 48, Devin Roberts, on that carry. Height still in their flex, pretty much their standard formation is what they would call a flex. The thing about this formation is you could go either way, and the defense really doesn't know which way you're going unless you put somebody in motion like that right there, and that's Jaden Okoro.
Good tackle. It looks
again.
Like coming up to get him was from the safety position, Michael Bailey Jr. and that was 4th down. So it looks like we have an offense for North coming back on the field.
We'll see if we can't get a look at the. We just missed it, I think. But there's the cheerleaders right down there, and they're stomping. And then I was looking at the TV. I was like, "Why is it shaking?" And it's the cheerleaders are down there stomping. So. Are doing some type of step work or something like that, but they're getting excited and having a lot of fun down there. So we got them on the screen, and we just missed them for you guys to see that as they were doing it.
Oh, and they do a cool thing when the drum line gets in with it. So Wassel takes a big shot down the field to Michael Bailey Jr. for a 35-yard gain. We have people walking.
40. We'll give it a 40. That was from the 15.
Well, it's to the 50.
Oh, okay.
So big shot, threw it up there.
35. Yeah, that was a heck of a
30.
play right there. Nice throw and catch right there as the fade to the outside finally got it over the shoulder.
Right, and again,
ran by the cornerback.
Yeah, and that's a basketball player throwing to a basketball player. They're gonna play together all winter too, for the Redskins on varsity. So.
Well, we got some Heights JV guys not sure where they're lining up, and they're going to throw it again, wide open.
Wide open is Dominic Simmons, who catches it down to the 18-yard line.
North having a little bit of fun right here. That was a play right there. Got by James Lynn, number 24, their DB. And North is having an opportunity to score here with if they can hurry up, because, again, the clock's not going to stop. They got about just under 3 minutes now to try to get their score and get off the goose egg. I don't think they've scored a touchdown this year, have they?
They have not.
So they're excited about that. They really want that to happen.
I would imagine they're going to keep taking shots right now because it's what's working. And, okay, straight up the middle with Williams, and he gets stuffed.
Now, is there no box anymore down there on the sideline, or can they go?
You know, I think with the new restrictions for the players, it's all the way down to the 10.
Okay, so they can kind of spread out if they need to.
The thought is they're going to spread out, but we can see on the film.
Yes, on the film they're not spreading out as much. So.
At least I believe it's to the 10. I would hope.
Yeah, at least they're all the way down there to the 10. They're going to go.
Wide
fade over the top.
Dominic Simmons. Oh, and incomplete in the end zone for Jacob Wassel to Dominic Simmons.
And I can't believe so that's James Lynn, number 24, was right there on the play. I thought he was down and hurt a little bit, but he was just maybe upset at himself that maybe he didn't get the pick. But that was a little smash route concept.
It was.
Hitch on the receiver with the flag over the top, and the quarterback's just going to read the corner out there. And the corner jumped up on the receiver, so the safety's got to go make that play. And I think it just might have been overthrown just a little bit.
Yeah, Heights might be up and a catch for Dominic Simmons for 8 yards. For 8 yards.
Tackle right there for the Falcons was number 24, James Lynn, was right there.
But there was a flag on Heights. I think too many men on the field. You had one that was running off. We'll see if North takes it.
Well, they got 11 on the field now, so if you saw somebody running off, they had too many guys.
Yeah, it was somebody running off. So they threw the flag. North declined it to keep the gain. It's 4th and 1. This is this is the game right now. I mean, this right. Well, I wouldn't say.
Well, you're right.
It's big. It's big for North.
Yeah, exactly.
Pardon my French, guys.
And Heights is wanting to keep the shutout, and I'm guaranteeing those guys are over there.
And it looks like North is actually accepting the penalty. No, yeah, they're actually accepting the penalty to give them an extra down.
Right. So instead of making it 4th and 2, they're going to give it 3rd and 5. And or 3rd and 4 here to try to get 2 downs to get in or at least get the first down.
So he's going to throw it again. Another smash concept.
And a pick.
Oh, no, he did not get it. The pass broke up in the end zone.
Pass breakup by James Lynn.
It looked like it was going to be intercepted.
And North is going to call timeout here to try to see if they can.
The 19 seconds left. They want one more shot.
Yeah, they're going to
try to get into the end zone.
Yeah, because it's 4th and 4 from the what are they at? About the 11 or 12 yard line there. So coach is going to try to call up a play. I don't know why they just don't try to run that little smash concept again and put that corner on an island and see if they can do it. Or, just quickly put 3 guys on one side and they're going to be on that side over there. I would put trips to the field and put my best receiver on the single side and just let's see if he can go up there, your basketball to basketball player, and just go get a jump ball over there.
Wassel to Bailey to the boundary.
Yeah.
Because he's got height on that corner. Wassel to Bailey to the boundary. They played Little League football together. They have the rhythm. They have it together. And fun fact about Bailey, he also runs cross country. He came in 11th last weekend.
So he's running cross country and practicing football.
Yes, he competed. Yeah, he competed last. Oh, it looks like they have Bailey up to the top.
Okay.
He competed. He came 11th. Got 11th in the meet Saturday morning. Played in the game Saturday afternoon. And it looks like they're going to do that. They're going to take it.
Going the other.
And it looks like Heights. Okay. So here, Heights intercepted it, and then they fumbled it, out of bounds, it is still Heights football
Yes.
with 4 seconds, 3,
So that was with
2,
the pick, Caleb
and
Roper,
1.
and that is the final. And I don't know if we can we'll get a shot here of what they've been doing at the end of the games. Again, that's the final of score, 72-0. What they try to do at the end of the game, they go hash to hash, and they're kind of like virtual high fives and stuff like that. You're not supposed to shake hands anymore with the COVID protocols and stuff like that, but they're going to do sportsmanship and hash to hash and just try to keep it a fair, wholesome event. And guys, I just want to thank you guys all here in the booth. Thank you for helping out. Mitch, thanks. It was fun tonight.
Oh, yes.
And
It was
just
a
to
blast.
talk football. And we will be here next Friday for the we will be hosting East. And you say you guys got Northwest.
We have Northwest, yes.
So it'll
Northwest.
be at Northwest. So we're going to be here with East, and there's a good look at the Heights Falcons as they come out here victoriously, 72-0. We again appreciate you guys all for watching, and check back. Actually, our next live stream will be on Saturday. We're going to be live streaming here Saturday. We've got volleyball and soccer going on. I'll be out here with the soccer team, live streaming those 2 games. But again, thanks for watching, and we appreciate all you guys for listening and enjoying this. And Mitch, again, I just appreciate you and
thank you for having me.
Esteban,
It
thanks
was
for
awesome.
filming, and Jeff Coate and Justin Allen. Thanks, guys, so much for helping out. It was fun, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks at our next game.